fascinated by these magical moments in life when things suddenly, just out of the blue, they seem amazingly connected to each other. Like they're these chance connections, they're very powerful, they're very thought provoking. They seem to happen a lot in my life. Recently, two people around me said the same thing in different words, and it really resonated with me, and it made me think about the walkabout. The first one was one day in class, my yoga instructor, just before we got ready for our practice, she said, yoga is not a workout, but a work in. And then that same exact day, an instructor from this really amazing online class through MIT that I'm taking called Transforming Business, Society, and Self said, the issues outside are mirrors of the issues inside. So usually that kind of thing happens to me and it feels like this signal, kind of a sign from the universe, if you will, that I need to focus myself a little bit in this area and spend some time thinking on the subject. So all this talk of the personal world, about self-examination, it got me thinking about the walkabout and how ultimately self-examination is exactly what the walkabout is all about. It's a deep looking inward, while at the same time a very powerful opportunity and experience in grounding oneself in the outside world. We all have very cool moments of introspection in our lives, and we all know the power and that sense of connectedness that comes from those moments. Moments of excitement and what some people would call grace or connectedness is the way that I would say it. We just also know that we don't have enough of those moments in this crazy, fast-paced world that we live in. And then on top of all of this, I made this connection to the idea of the selfie. Because today there seems to be so much self-examination in our world, but just very superficial self-examination. The cool thing in all of this is that all of you lived in a world before the selfie. So I know that each of you at some point has at one time or another thought about the idea of the selfie and the selfie photograph as a kind of a metaphor for the way that the world has changed. Selfies are fun. They really are, but they happen all the time and they're fairly shallow. In contrast, the walkabout is a deep look at the self, diving way beyond the surface level. It's an opportunity for you to connect with your true self. It gives you a chance to connect and learn about yourself, and also at the same time to drink in the beauty of the world in which we live, to have the time to do that. Once again, you're my friends. I invite you to accept the challenge of the walkabout, to make a deliberate choice to turn the camera lens inward and examine the self in a very deep way. Join me, please.